What's cooking, Gumbo Nation? Back with you here, episode 2 of A Cup of Gumbo, here with Dwayne Stein. Want to bring you some more mortgage information. Last week we talked a little bit about credit, so talked to some friends, brought some questions here along for you today. Hope you're ready to answer them.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to bring you here. Question 1. If you're someone who is not start yet building credit, what should you do to start?
So if you're trying to establish
Right,
credit,
yeah, if you're
like somebody
correct.
like your age, like how do you get your credit started?
Right.
A trick that we use all the time, it's a little bit of a cheat code, and that is to get piggybacked off with become an authorized user on someone who has established credit. Because one of the factors when you're trying to establish a credit score is your history, right? So you being 20 years old, you can't get 20 years of history, right? But you can if you piggyback and you are an authorized user on one of my credit cards. So that is really a cheat code that we use all the time when we're trying to help improve somebody's scores. So the key there is what you want to do is go to somebody, become an authorized user. So for those people who are like moms, dads, aunts, uncles listening going, I don't want them having access to my credit card. They don't have to. You just put them on as an authorized user. It's a phone call. That's simple. And then what they get is they get all your history of good pay, all years, your balance, in other words, how much you have in spending power, your lines of credit, right, your utilization rate. So what you want to look at there is you'd love to become an authorized user on somebody that has at least a 2-year history, and their credit utilization, that perfect pay, obviously.
Right, not
right?
someone
You don't want
who's
to be
going
piggybacking on somebody
bankrupt every month.
right, who don't make their payments. So you want perfect pay, somebody with at least a 2-year history, and somebody that has optimal would be a 10% utilization or less, but at worst case, a 30% utilization. So what that means is if they've got a $100 credit limit, they don't have more than $30 on it. And by adding you to that, if somebody's been having that for 2, 4, somebody like me that's had credit for 20 years, that's automatically going to go to your file, and you're going to piggyback off of that, and it's going to immediately give you a stronger credit score.
All right, sweet.
Cheat code.
That's good information.
Use
right
it
there.
all the time. All the time.
And another credit question I have for you is, what is the difference between a hard pull and a soft pull?
Okay, so soft pulls, everybody's aware. You get pre-approval letters in the mail. You get every month, you get something from your bank that may go, here's what your credit score is, or Credit Karma. All those things back in the day used to be all about monitoring your credit. Now they're all about checking your credit score. Well, a soft pull is something that every single month they'll send you, and it's for reporting purposes. A hard pull is what we have to do if you're buying a car, if you apply for a credit card, or any type of loan. When a lending decision is being made, you will have to have a hard pull.
A hard pull does lower your credit score, though, correct?
There's inquiries, so it depends on how often you're having inquiries done. But for the most part, it is not a huge impact on your score, okay? Unless you're out there applying with 10 different companies, right?
Okay.
So when you're looking at it, but a hard pull is when a lending decision is being made. A soft pull would be, hey, if you're applying for a job with a company, sometimes they'll run a soft pull so they can at least look at your credit to see exactly where you're at.
So could you explain how, like, when we go to Home Depot, like last week, and they're like, do you want to apply for a Home Depot credit card?
That would be a hard pull, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to give you a loan. They're trying to establish. So that's going to require a hard pull. Now, if you remember, the lady was like, oh, no, it would be, I asked if it'd be a hard pull or soft pull.
Yeah.
And what did she say?
She said it'd be a soft pull.
Right, which, no, it would not.
It would not be.
Right, because you got to be able to make a lending decision, right? So you got to make sure there when you're looking at that. But a soft pull is, just keep in mind, you're monitoring it. You're keeping an eye on it. When a lending decision has to be made, that person that's going to give you money has to do a hard pull.
Okay, and what are some other challenges that home buyers face other than credit?
I would say maybe not challenges, but the big myth right now is down payment. Affordability obviously is tougher right now when you have rates in the high 5s, to 6s compared to when we were doing them in the 3s and 4s,
Right.
affordability. But the biggest myth, especially with young home buyers, is, and I have this conversation almost daily, is folks think down payment is what's keeping you or them from qualifying for a house. You do not need 20% down. You don't. And they want to avoid PMI and all that. We've talked about that most recently on a show. But that is the biggest thing, is down payment. And think of a dog, how you laugh at a dog that's chasing its tail going in a circle.
Right.
When you're trying to keep saving money for a down payment, well, what has happened over the last couple years with home prices? You think they've gone up or down?
Up.
Right. So as home prices go up, you keep trying to save down payment. What, at $250,000, that house is now $255, $260, $270, or whatever. So you're never going to be able to catch it.
All right. Well, thank you for answering those questions for me, Dwayne. We will see you next week for episode 3 with a cup of gumbo. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.